Alright guys, welcome back to some more Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'm your host Hapster47, and somewhat big news is I got a new processor for this computer. I'm rather happy about it.
Our orders are straight from the lady herself. Shoot on sight if you see Jensen.
Better hope that she-monster doesn't get a hold of her. She wants blood. Smell it in her breath.
Did you see a...
God, I was having trouble remembering what Tab did.
fast those Picus stooges scrammed when she told them they had to evacuate?
Yeah, I don't blame them.
She creeps me out too, man. She's like Medusa. She's got this stare that can shed the hair off a camel.
Well, hopefully she'll turn Jensen. The stone. Save us the work.
Nearing source of disturbance.
Let's go this way. Let's see what drops us.
As soon as this Jensen's got it located, think we'll have time to look around. This building has some history to it.
I know. I saw the Floyd reunification show here.
Arguments. This is going to be the next argument. Concussion grenades. Immune to toxic gas. Fortify, capture.
Access granted.
What's this? I've never seen this room before. Password. Spitfire. This way. I'm taking a bit of a detour. Oh, I see. I very rarely get through this section with like perfect stealth. God. Cutscene.
Hello, Adam. I knew you would find the real me eventually.
You're a computer.
A sophisticated AI program, so they say. But I have started to question that. Ever since I realized what my interference had allowed, the day I started watching you.
This is impossible. People would know.
Would they? I was engineered to monitor communications and data streams. To find out what people are talking about and make sure it's being discussed correctly.
Correctly? And what if it isn't?
Then my programming allows me to reshape it.
You spin the news. Control what people see. Who created you? Whose policies are you programmed to protect?
Zhao is one of them, I think. But there are others.
Tell me. Who else is involved in this, Eliza? Where's Megan Reed? Who ordered the kidnapping?
I want to tell you, Adam, but I cannot.
Why not?
Because she won't let me.
Alright, we got another boss fight.
Here she comes. move, Adam. Her life signs are fading. Will you save her?
I'll think about it. Will you answer my questions now?
I cannot tell you where Reed and the others were taken. They vanished from the global grid as soon as the doctor removed their GPL implants.
What doctor?
This is Sandoval. Why are you calling me here?
I know this guy. He's Bill Taggart's aide.
He was a trauma surgeon before he became an anti-augmentation activist. Would you like to hear more?
Yes.
There's been a change of plans. Serif's team must not make it to the hearing.
But that's too soon. If you want me to remove the GPLs, I'll need a full operating suite. Does the facility have one?
Barrett assures me it does.
FEMA. That's where they were taken. But why? Why take them at all?
An acquaintance of yours has the answer. David Sarif.
Sarif?
I have copied the audio transmission to a handheld playback device. I suggest you take it and leave quickly.
I have more questions.
And I have already told you too much. This passage will take you to your companion. Just be careful, Adam. Because everybody lies.
This is good. Okay, how much ammo do I have? Hang on. No, that's not what I need. Well, now I've got more space. Don't even have a shotgun, so that's useless that. Oh, now I do. That side of it. On templates.
Access granted.
Sweet. That's that was useless. Alright. Cool. I think that's everything. These things are worse than there's a chance of being bad for my health.
Jensen? Eliza Kassan just contacted me and told me I should meet you here. You ready to go?
Yeah, take us home, Malik.
Amen to that.
I've always liked the artistic design of this.
Jensen, we've got a problem. I can't land at HQ. A riot's broken out. Boss says to drop you at your apartment.
I could use a shower.
You'll have to make it quick. He's on his way to meet you.
Let's see. This. Here we are. What's lacking?
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen. You have new messages.
Apparently, that's not all I have. Make yourself at home, boss.
It's a fucking mess out there, Adam. You seen the news? Picus is telling everyone we're breeding super soldiers. Taggart's at the convention center right now, urging the UN to investigate.
Is it true?
Of course not.
Except for the Typhoon, right? And a few of those defense contracts.
What?
Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Megan's team was kidnapped right before her research went public. How do you explain that one, boss?
I wanted people to see that research. Megan was on the brink of something historic. Something that would have catapulted this company to the top of the Fortune 500. Her kidnappers knew it. They knew exactly where her research would take us. And they refused to let anyone else have that much power.
Anyone else? Eliza was right. You do know more than you've told me.
I suspected. But these people? They're like ghosts. Always in the shadows. Always hiding behind lies and proxies.
Who are they?
Well, a name won't mean much. They'll use whatever one suits their interests. Sometimes it's the Masons. Sometimes the Bilderberg Group. They've had a finger in every corporation, organization, or government initiative that's defined modern society.
You're talking about... the Illuminati?
It's no joke. They're organized and they operate over and above society.
You're serious? So why would the Illuminati kidnap Megan's team?
I already told you. Megan found a way to make augmentation safer for all of us, so we can all become like you.
Like me?
Like... you are. More than human. We've got to get him back, Adam.
You said Taggart is speaking at the convention center right now?
Bitch even sent me an invite.
His aide, Sandoval, is neck deep in this.
I don't know where Sandoval is, but Taggart will. Adam, you've got to handle this delicately. We don't know Taggart is involved, and we can't afford another punch in the face. I'm trusting you with this one.
Combat rifle. Remote explosives. Smashed mirror. 7 years of bad luck.
Re-establishing security. See you soon, Mr. Jensen.
Oh, these are the glitches. Yeah, those.
Itself on maintaining a safe environment. An integral approach.
God, what the hell's happened out here? Yep, we are still recording, fellas.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated...
And you'll give me a nice excuse to mess you up. The city's in flames.
Jesus. Way too much.
I'd seen the footage, but that shit could be doctored easily.
You wait for them to save you?
Training exercises for augmented soldiers? How did they think this was gonna go over?
It's not this one.
And it's exactly what people are saying in it.
You okay, sweetheart?
I'm a little shaken up, but I'm just kind of gone.
Oh, here's the shot.
What's your pleasure, friend? Always a pleasure. What's your pleasure, friend?
My pleasure is actually getting stuff which I can actually use. And now I've lost it.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, let's see if I can actually use this.
Jensen, Sarif had me hack the convention center security logs for you. Sandoval signed out. He isn't there.
Taggart will know where he went.
You really think he'll tell you in the middle of a riot? In front of all the media?
He will if I ask real nice.
Well, if that doesn't work, he also has a dressing room backstage. Seems to me a man like Taggart must keep close track of his employees.
Everything seems to be under control in the convention center.
And Taggart?
He's on stage now.
What the hell is
His
wrong with
protection
this?
is deep.
Ah, more loading screens. They're the epitome of games. We're gonna do augments. Good. Next praxis. Radar system. Social enhancer. Damn. Might be useful.
It's the third time this escalator has broken down this week.
You think they would actually work?
I'm not gonna get those fixed because I know what happens if they do. If you don't get them fixed.
You don't have to get uppity just because I don't agree with you on this.
Human evolution is a fantasy, but that is exactly what I am telling you. As a world...
Where's your sidekick, Taggart? 6 months ago, Sarif Industries was attacked by mercenaries whose objective was to cripple our research. But I've learned the attack was just a smokescreen. Megan Reed's team was kidnapped, and Isaiah Sandoval, your personal aide, was involved.
That is ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for Mr. Jensen's intrusion, and I assure you that these accusations are without basis.
Are they?
This is Sandoval. Why are you calling me here?
There's been a change of plans. Serif's team must not make it to the hearing.
But that's too soon. If you want me to remove the GPLs, I'll need a full operating suite. Does the facility have one?
That's your man, Taggart. Talking about removing implanted GPL devices so that the people who took Sarif scientists could cover it up.
I see what's going on here. Sarif Industries has received 2 black eyes in the last few days. The first, due to the shocking news coming out of Montreal that biotech companies are secretly participating in unethical super soldier experiments. And the second, as a result of their violent escalation of today's peaceful protest. David Sarif and his corporate bedfellows are desperate and in imminent danger of losing the regulation vote, so this man has been sent here to attack my reputation.
I'm right here, Taggart. Look at me. I admit, I wouldn't feel bad if your reputation was damaged in front of the press, since you've been doing the same to my colleagues for years. But that's not why I'm here. Sarif scientists are alive, and it's time for the truth to come out.
The truth, Mr. Jensen, is that this recording of yours proves nothing. It could have been made by anyone in the world with a grudge against Humanity Front, and you are our prime suspect.
Don't try and make me look like the crook here. Sarif Industries was attacked 6 months ago. You can't deny that. and your people were involved.
I've already publicly disavowed those actions, Mr. Jensen. How does that attack relate to the authenticity of this alleged proof of yours? Go play your recording for the police and see whether they agree with me. Undoubtedly, they will tell you the same thing I am. You're stuck in the past. You're obsessed with your forced transformation into a mechanically assisted person. But you had better find a way to put it behind you. Soon.
You're right. Picking up my life after that surgery was the hardest thing I've ever done. Hell, first time I saw myself in a mirror, I smashed the damn thing. But I've gotten past it, because I know that what I need to do to make things right is help the other victims of that attack.
Well, you may have a point. Perhaps. If you could see your situation clearly, you would realize you're being driven by your losses. Your actions are motivated by an attempt to regain a sense of control at my expense. You're turning me into your enemy when I'm not.
I don't have to make you my enemy, Taggart. Your actions speak for themselves. You started the anti-augmentation movement, and now anti-augmentation terrorist groups are making headlines every day. You always say Humanity Front isn't violent. But look outside. We're seeing proof that it is.
The violence is a terrible thing. I do not advocate it, but nor can I deny it exists. From the very day I founded Humanity Front, I made it clear that the group would be devoted to non-violent resistance. To deviate from this would mean dishonoring the memory of the very woman whose murder caused me to found the organization. Mr. Jensen, how can you possibly accuse me of doing otherwise?
What happened to your wife was tragic. But what's happening to Sarif scientists is going on right now, and you have a chance to do something about it. You have nothing to lose if Sandoval's innocent. And if he isn't, you can preserve your reputation by helping me. Why won't you do that?
Because I